let's find out where the x's are cut. Therefore, let's put 0 for x first. That is 0 plus 2y is equal to 2. So y is equal to 1. It means that the x-axis is cut at 0.01 at this point. And now let's value y as 0. Therefore, x is equal to 2. This means that x will be 0, x will be 2 when y is equal to 0. So my line will pass through these 2 points. At the points where the axes are cut, at when x is equal to 0, 3y is equal to 6. Therefore, y is equal to 2. So one of these points is 0, 2. And when y is equal to 0, x is equal to 6. So the other point is 6, 0, which is somewhere like this. So the line must be something like this. And that where the x's are cut. When x is equal to 0, y is equal to 2. So one of the points is 0, 2, something like this. And let's find out the other point. When y is equal to 0, x over 3 plus 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, x over 3 is equal to minus 2, and x is equal to minus 2 times 3, that is equal to minus 6. So that must be something like here. And the line must pass through these 2 points. When x is equal to 0, y is equal to 1. So one of the points is 0, 1, which is, say, here. And the other one, when y is equal to 0, 0 is equal to 3x plus 1. So 3x is equal to minus 1, and x is equal to minus 1 over 3. So the other one must be minus 1 over 3, 0. So the line must be like this. When x is equal to 0, y is equal to 1. So this is 0, 1 of my points. How about the second one? When y is equal to 0, 0 will be equal to x plus 1, and x will be equal to minus 1. So the other point is minus 1, and this would be the line. When x is equal to 0, 3y would be equal to 12, and y would be equal to 12 over 3, that is 4. So my first point is 0, 4. Let it be somewhere like this. How about the second point? When y is equal to 0, 2x would be equal to 12, and x would be equal to 12 over 2, 6. So the second point is 6, 0, something like this. This is the line connecting these 2 points. Now, we know that the x's are cut at these 2 points, 0, 3 and 2, 0, and the function must be something like ax plus by is equal to a constant value of k. So when x is equal to 0, by must be equal to k. So 3b must be equal to k, since I value y as 3. Similarly, for y is equal to 0, x will be equal to 2. So 2a must be equal to k, which means that 3b must be equal to 2a. So these 2 numbers must be proportional to each other, such as if this is 2, this would be 3. So I can value it now. The function must be something like b is equal to 2, a is equal to 3. So this is 3x plus 2y is equal to a constant of k. What I need to find out now is just the constant k. How do I do it? I just find one of these points and value that. For example, I take this point where x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 3. Then this would be at 0 plus 2 times 3 would be equal to k, and then k would be equal to 6. So my function would be named as 3x plus 2y is equal to 6. We know the 2 points that intercept the axis, that is 0, 4 and minus 5, 4. This function is something like ax plus by is equal to a constant value of k. Now what I have is, for x is equal to 0, y must be 4. So what I have is 4b is equal to k. And similarly, for y is equal to 0, x must be minus 5. So minus 5a is equal to k. So from here I can find that since k's are equal to each other, 4b must be equal to minus 5a. So I can say that minus 5 is proportional with b and 4 is proportional with a. So I can write this function down as 4x, 4 coming from here, minus 5y is equal to a constant that I yet don't know. Now let's find that constant out. For any point, let's take for example x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 4, k would not change. Therefore, for x is equal to 0, 0 minus 5 times 4 is equal to k. Therefore, k is equal to minus 20. So I can say that this function is equal to 4x minus 5y is equal to minus 20. I know where the x's are cut. Minus 3, 0, and 0, minus 3. So let's remember the form of the function. Ax plus by is equal to k. So let's find a and b out now. When x is equal to 0, b is equal to 3. So 3 minus 3b is equal to k. When y is equal to 0, x is equal to 3 minus 3. So minus 3a is equal to k2. This means that minus 3b is equal to minus 3a. So a is equal to b. So I can say each of them are equal to 1 because the proportion is 1. So what I have is x plus y is equal to k. Let's find that k out now. Let's take one of the points, say this one, where x is equal to 0, y is equal to minus 3. So 0 minus 3 is equal to k, where k is equal to minus 3. Now I can write the function down. X plus y is equal to minus 3. Let's see, minus 5 is here and 2 is here. So the function is something like ax plus by is equal to constant. When x is equal to 0, y is equal to minus 5. Therefore, minus 5b is equal to k. And when y is equal to 0, x is equal to 2, 2a is equal to k2. That means that minus 5b is equal to 2a. So if b is equal to minus 2, a must be equal to 5, or vice versa. Or we could say plus 2 to minus 5, nothing changes. So my function is something like 5x minus 2y is equal to k. Now let's find that k out by valuing. Let's choose one of these points where, for example, this point, x is equal to 0. So 0 minus 2 times y is equal to minus 5 is equal to k. So k is equal to 10. So my function is 5x minus 2y is equal to 10. I know 2 points of this line, which are 0, 9 and 4, 0. And I know the form of this function. A source to this must be negative or positive. It's given in the function, it is given as minus. And in the question, I'm asked about the sum of these three numbers. This is very important. Do not forget about the signs. Now, I know that for x is equal to 0, y will be equal to 9. So 9 times b minus c will be equal to 0. And similarly, for y is equal to 0, x is going to be 4. So this is for a minus c is equal to 0. This means that 9b minus c is equal to 4a minus c. Or 9b must be equal to 4a. So this means that if b is proportional with 4, a must be proportional with 9. So I just write these down. A is 9 and b is 4. Now I need to find c out. The function is in the form of this. So let's take one of these points. Say first one, 0, 9. At that point, x is equal to 0. So 0 plus 4 times 9, where 9 y is equal to 9, minus c is equal to 0. This means that c is equal to, this means that 36 minus c is equal to 0, and c is equal to plus 36. Please remember the sign again, negative. Let's put that 36 here too. And this makes, when I sum up, 49. Now 2 points, actually 3 points of this line, which are 1, 1, and minus 1, minus 1. Let this function be in the form of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Now for a and b, what we have when we value them is going to be at point 1. At point 1, 1, what we will have is a plus b plus c is going to be equal to 0. We have another point, it passes through the axis, the origin, sorry. So I know that it passes through this. So at 0, 0, when I give each of these x and y 0, I just have c. That is 0 plus c is equal to 0, so c is equal to 0. So actually this function is something like ax plus by is equal to 0. Now turning back, so what I get from here is a plus b is equal to 0. And similarly, I can say this passes through this line too. So what I need to say is, since these are equal to each other, this means that a is equal to minus b. So what I can say is that ax is let me say by is equal to minus ax. And since these are equal to each other, they just cancel each other out. What I have is y is equal to x.